Well, I'm very pleased to be joined with JUNO nominated country artist MacKenzie Porter, who's nominated for Country Album of the Year at this year's upcoming JUNOs. MacKenzie, first off, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Of course, anytime.
Now, I know, of course, this isn't your first experience with being nominated. So does the second time around feel any different for you, or is it just any other kind of normal day when you found out you were nominated?
No, definitely not any other kind of day. It's really really exciting. And I think this time seems more exciting because like, if I'm honest, I'm more proud of this body of work than that last one. So it's just nice to be like recognized by the industry for, being like, hey, you made a good thing. So good job. So that's kind of like a nice feeling.
Now, on opening night, you are going to be doing a song with fellow JUNO nominee in the same category as you, Lindsay L. So is there ever kind of like a fun rivalry that you have with you two, since you are very popular women in Canadian country music right now?
You know what? Like there's totally no rivalry that I feel at all. But like we're really good friends. Like we went for dinner the other night and I saw her. We played a show together. So it's just like, it's just always nice to see her and just to see your friends like succeeding, and people loving what they're doing. Like that's really nice. So no, I don't feel any like rivalry at all together.
Now, going into your music, it's no surprise that your name seems to be popping up all over the place when it comes to this album, Drinking Songs. Now, I know it has tons of great hits on it. So talk about the story behind that album. I know earlier you said you were very proud of this album. So talk about also why you're very proud of it.
Yeah, like this record really was like songs that I had released over like a period of 2 years, I guess. And just like I had made the move to Nashville, I'd signed a record deal, I'd signed a publishing deal, like my whole life kind of changed. And it was the first songs that we released with this new team and a new producer and 8 managers, everything. So it just felt really good. And I had 3 number 1s off that record. And I don't know, just music that like I can still stand behind. And I think that's how every artist feels. Like you go on to the next project. And I'm sure when my record comes out later this year, I'll be like over that record, because you're growing and that you like the new thing better than the old thing. But we had a lot of success on that record, and that's kind of cool.
Now, what's cool that was recently announced, and not many Canadian country artists get to say this, but your song These Days hit #1 on the Australian airplay charts, breaking a 16-year record held previously by the Shania Twain. So how does it feel to have that title now? And also the fact that your music's also starting to gain a lot of big traction down in the US.
Yeah, it's just like crazy. Like, I mean, I'll never be like okay with being compared to Shania because she is like literally the best in the entire world. But it's cool that like, I don't know, people are putting my name in the same sentence as hers, and just that my team is like really good at like thinking outside of the box and hitting like, Australia, like why don't we take the single there? Why don't we have the single in the UK right now too? Like why don't we take the single there? And we're really good at like brainstorming those kind of ideas. And same with like the US stuff. I have a single with Dustin Lynch at US Radio, and it's just, I don't know, we're always kind of like planning the next step and trying to keep the wheels moving. And I think it's a big team effort and it's really cool.
MacKenzie, you get to put this year into your own words, given the pandemic and everything that's gone with it. How would you describe your year as a whole, especially with all the success that you've been having?
Yeah, I think 2020, 2019, we were really like setting ourselves up for a big year in 2020. Obviously, that didn't happen. So we adjusted and like changed mindsets and like, okay, 2020 is actually now going to be our year of like kind of building the blocks, if you will, so that 2021 will be our projection year. And that's kind of what we're doing right now. So like we worked really hard in 2020 and came up with new creative ways. And that's how the Dustin single happened. I wrote my entire next record over Zoom in 2020. So it was a really like a year for just like focused work. And now finally we get to like this year, I'll get to put it out in the world.
MacKenzie, I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us today. The album Drinking Songs is available on all major music platforms. MacKenzie, thanks so much and congratulations on all the success.
Of course. Thank you so much.